Hello, I'm Hal Lublin.
And I'm Mark Gagliardi.
Since the dawn of humanity, one issue has gone unsettled. With the fate of the world in the balance, we're here to settle, once and for all. Best towel.
That's right. Don't worry, everyone. We got this.
Podcasts should have a theme song. Podcasts should not have a theme song. Yes, they should. No, they shouldn't. They sound good. Yeah, but people are just going to skip past it. You know what? You're right. We got this.
Best towel.
Hey, everybody, before we get into this, just a heads up that coming soon, MaxFunDrive 2025, the time of year where you get the most delightful of gifts for supporting the show with your recurring membership. And I know we appreciate it and it keeps our lights on. So stay tuned. Watch this space. Lots of fun stuff coming your way from our show and many others. You don't want to miss out.
Hal, I thought you were going to do the promo as soon as the recording started, but you threw me way off with just immediately going, best towel.
Yeah.
Into a mic, which is a weird 2 words to hear. But
really?
a delightful
After 10 years?
2 words to hear. No, it's not. Look, I feel like on our master list, some of my favorite topics are the ones that are just 2 words long. I love them. They delight me so much. And this is one of those. It seems so simple. It seems like we've already done it to a degree where we were talking about it and I was like, I feel like we've done this before. We have to have done this before, but we have not. And I know because I went down what would be my usual rabbit holes. And this was all new stuff to me. Yeah.
I love that you cram when we record.
Yeah.
We talked about it this morning.
Yeah.
Because we're both busy people.
But I know on Tuesdays, I'm going to have to cram for some topic. At least one.
You really don't. I swear you don't.
I do.
I know you do. You feel you do. I'm releasing you in the general. You don't have to, but I know you're going to anyway. And with that in mind, I'm going to start coming up with odder and odder things like, oh, somebody asked for the best function in calculus. So go ahead and do your research on that and bring it here.
Done. I'll see you in a year.
We'll give Kate the night off again. Yeah, so you've had a few hours to cram.
Yeah.
Do you want to do your book report on towels and then we'll talk about them? This is suggested, by the way, by Karen Grantham. Do you want to do your book report with
the Lady Grantham?
Yes, Lady Grantham herself. She actually does refer to herself as Lady Grantham. This was taken from our Discord. So the Discord is active. I am not really looking at the Facebook wall anymore, and you can find a post there that is leading to our Discord. I'm working hard to organize it and make it tidy and welcoming, and I know a bunch of our regulars are already over there, which makes it a lot of fun. I enjoy going and looking at it. So this is just a plug, early show to go there. Now, Mark, I understand you prepared a report for the class on towels.
You know what? This time I have not prepared a report.
What? Oh, you just have the knowledge.
Because here's the thing. No, it's not about the knowledge. It's when I say I went down a rabbit hole, yes, I did intend to do a bit of a book report. I wanted to know the detailed history of the towel. And I didn't make a promise to you, Hal. I know you released me, but to quote Kermit the Frog in the Muppet movie, I made a promise to me. That was really fun the other night. And thank you to the people of the world who checked out our Muppet show that we did.
Oh, yeah, the Muppet script. That was so much fun.
So fun.
Compounded by I think it's interesting for people because they could listen to this at any time to give them things that like tie it to a point in history. So, if you're listening to this, that we have just done the performance of the Muppet script. And also on that night, the Philadelphia Eagles won their second ever Super Bowl championship, which I watched and threw my phone on the ground in the dressing room as I yelled, "Blouses!" And I ordered merchandise that night. So you got a book report. We tied it to a moment in time. We know that now. The Philadelphia Eagles have won the Super Bowl. I watched the first half at home. I watched the second half of it, which thankfully ended and was over before the show began, but it was very close. I thought about it all day because I was thinking for this performance, like, how am I going to feel? I know I'm going to be I'll be very sad if we lose. Not surprised because as a Philadelphia fan, I expect that we're going to lose every major game we play in. But I thought, I'll be sad, but it'll be good because I'll have the show to focus on. And then I wound up being very happy and then getting to do a show. So it's like, oh, you got the Sunday that you wanted. And also here are all the peanut M&Ms in New Jersey.
I mean, that is kind of a perfect Sunday. Your team wins the biggest game in the world on the biggest stage, and you get to play one of the Muppets on stage and around the world. No, one Muppet and one celebrity cameo.
Yeah.
Delightful celebrity
So
cameo.
much fun. And you as well.
Yeah.
You did a great job.
Yeah, man. YouTube, brother. No, I did not want to do a book report. I mean, I originally wanted to do a book report because I wanted the knowledge, Hal. No, what I mean is the rabbit hole I went down. When you look up history of towels and you just go to YouTube and you have a little while set aside to be like, I'm just going to absorb as much as I can. There's a few things you start to notice. Mm-hmm. Everyone who owns a towel factory has made an internet video of drone footage of their towel factory. It's all very elaborate shots, overhead shots of giant rollers of yarn stretching out in all directions, very, very theatrically.
I love it.
And then they interview all of the people who work in the towel factory.
Maybe not as
every one of them is a character. They all have, every one of them has these videos.
Give me an impression of one person that you saw. Like, all right, I'll be the person. I'll be like the producer. Like, all right, tell us how long you've worked here and what you enjoy about making towels.
Well, I'll tell you. I go in there and I get it from the top and I pull it all the way through. And Brenda doesn't take it from the top. She pulls it from midway down. You're supposed to take it from the highest that you can at your shoulder level. I do. She's not doing her shoulder level. That's what she's not doing.
Hi, it's me, Brenda. I like to pull the fabric up to my eyebrow to make a larger towel because I like a larger towel.
You don't get to decide the towel size.
I do decide,
Brenda.
and
you
yet
don't
look,
get to decide the towel size.
Here comes the,
You're supposed to
fabric.
go it up. No,
it's
that's
going
not,
up to my eyes, and I'm taller than you. Here it goes.
We are making bath towels, not bath sheets.
I have a throat full of yarn.
You know what? I learned about bath towels and bath sheets. And I think the way that we can approach this is there is the terry cloth towel that is made in these magical factories, which, by the way, I don't know why no one has set either a musical number or a crazy John Wick shootout in a towel factory. It looks like the end of a performance of Blue Man Group.
Because
just
the movie,
sheets and sheets of things ever. It's so many sheets to run through. You can have action people or dancers running behind big sheets of things.
They come kind of close in, that movie with James McAvoy, Wanted is the name of it, where he's like a born assassin. It's based on a comic book, and there's like a loom, and the loom tells them who to go kill. It's a whole, really? But it's close as you're going to get. If you try, imagine you have a meeting at Paramount and you go, the big set piece is set in a towel factory. They would press a button that nobody ever uses at the studios that ejects you out the window into a trash can.
Come on.
They would do it. I'm not saying it's I'm not saying I wouldn't like to see it. I'm saying just the words towel factory in a movie pitch.
Hear me out. Empty concrete room. Nothing in it. Then fax machines. Fax machines as far as you can see.
I take the fax paper and I fold it up by my eyes.
Brenda, no, you're supposed to do it up to your shoulder height.
That prevents it from rolling under. When you're there at your office at lunch, when the local sandwich place you don't like sends you a menu unsolicited, you don't want it to be rolled up. You want it to be straight so that you can read it properly. That's why
it's straight when it's on the ground. I can't pick it up. My pinch doesn't work. My get it from the edge with my nail doesn't work. Nothing works.
Well, they did remove 4 of your vertebrae from folding all those towels.
That's why I can only make them at so high now. I'm sorry. This is really more about me than you.
Congratulations on being named the manager of the washcloth division. I'm very happy for you.
Thank you.
That's one kind of video.
Okay.
And then another one is
verbatim.
If you ask anything now, I've started to see more and more of these. If you ask the internet anything, not only is AI going to tell you a little thing, AI is also going to take the text of that little thing, have an artificial voice narrate it, put clip art of towels behind it, and post it on YouTube just to see what happens. I don't know who's watching these besides me, but there were a bunch of them that popped up, and it's any kind of question you can imagine asking. Yeah, it's very alarming what's happening.
Oh, so it's one of those
robots are making like 3-minute history videos now.
Oh, or is it like, what was the worst time you ever were scared? I remember I was 11 years old and I was near a haunted house and my friends told me to go in. So I did. And that's the one top is just the words scrolling. And then the bottom half is towels being made. And I walked in, the door creaked, the floor had a hole in it and it smelled like old mustard. Like, man. That kind of thing. I've seen those videos before.
These are more like Wikipedia entries, but I'm more interested in those because I want to know what books they're feeding that AI model.
Not good ones.
Yeah. So let's talk about towels. I think that we can, we're going to have to pick one member of the terry cloth towel family to venture out and battle against the other towels. I think the terry cloth family of towels is going to have whatever is our strongest contender.
Well, before we do that, let me read to you the actual suggestion. I'm going to read you.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with Discord yet.
This is what Lady Karen Grantham wrote. This is a mere 5 days ago. All right. It's best towel. And then underneath paper, hand, beach, bath, oversized, kitchen, guest, and so many more. What is the best towel? So it outside of paper towel, which is a type of towel, I think we should, here's my proposal. Let's figure out the best kind of towel and then see if there's something you can make it out of that is better than terry cloth.
Interesting.
Because really that's the ultimate question is like, is a hand towel better than a bath towel? Is a bath towel better than a beach towel? Is a beach towel better than a hand cloth? And is a paper towel better than all of them?
Right. Yeah. I mean, okay. I'm down for that. There's one category of towel, a little bit, because there's one category of towel. It's not just about the non-terry cloth version being a substitute material for something that there's a terry cloth version of. There's one that I think is a big contender that is not terry cloth, nor is it paper.
You want to start with it? Or you want to introduce it at the end like a surprise witness?
Ooh, I want to introduce it as a surprise witness, which means at first you're only going to see its feet walking down the center aisle of the courtroom.
I'm so excited. Yeah. I can't wait to see what shoes it's wearing.
Ooh. All right. So let's talk first. We'll go down in size. We'll go from biggest to smallest.
Okay.
Let's start with the beach towel.
Beach towel.
Or actually, you know what? Hang on. There is larger than the beach towel, and this is called bath sheets.
Oh, yeah, they're
bath
huge.
sheets.
Yeah, I love those.
They can be just like, feel like a big towel, like anything from, I think they said 40 to 70 centimeters is and higher, but higher can mean.
You do that in inches? Do you use centimeters?
No, but this is another one of those weird things. It was an AI translated video. So everything was in centimeters and the English was a little off.
Mark?
What?
Was your research 95 to 99 to 100% AI videos?
No, I found a few more. How do you think I found Brenda?
That's true. Brenda.
Yeah.
Let's not forget Brenda.
We can't forget Brenda. Oh, delightful Brenda. What were we talking about? Oh, we were talking about the different sizes. Oh, that bath sheets can also include something like you would get at a spa that is the size of the whole cot or the whole yoga mat or, these just ginormous sheets. Do you want to do the beach towel because it's a bit of an outlier and then go back to bath sheets and work our way down in size within the bathroom?
Sure. I feel like you love a beach towel because you love the beach. It makes you think of the beach.
I do love a beach towel, not just because it makes me think of the beach, but because it frequently can have fun print on it.
Sure. When you're
only
kid,
busting it out for the beach. Yeah. Well, and an adult, sure. You can have a fun beach towel as an adult.
Right. But I mean, like anytime we get stuff like that, we're either chasing a childhood that we never had or that we miss very much. And I'm not against either of them. Look at all the toys behind me. That will tell you I'm pro that. Yeah. That's a lot to take in. Yeah.
It's a lot to
think about it. Yeah.
Sometimes it gets deep my here. Batman beach towel.
Yeah, a Batman, or you don't have one with the 7-Up spot on it, and he looks real cool. He's wearing sunglasses because there's a sitting in that refrigerator with the bright lights on him all the time.
Oh yeah, I had or my buddy had, and we took a picture with the giant beach towel with the 3 hot lady beach bodies of Budweiser on it, but it's only up to the neck, so you put your head over the top.
And it looks like this is a weird mix and match.
Yeah.
I don't expect to see Mark's head on this lady's
body.
And yet here it is.
Ta-da.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm trying to remember what I had as a kid. I don't think I had Star Wars. Maybe Smurfs. Definitely had my share of Smurf stuff.
Were most of your linens branded?
As a
Sheets?
kid? Oh, yeah.
Sleeping
oh, my
bag.
goodness. I had some great Empire Strikes Back sheets.
Mm-hmm.
They're like the light blue, and it's got like Cloud City on there, Boba Fett. It's got all this great stuff, and I wish I still had it. I've actually looked to see if somebody's done on like Spoonflower, if they've done a version of the pattern, because I would pay for an adult version of those sheets to put on our bed. I would 100% do that. You might remember when we had Stephanie DeBruzzo on a few years ago, and she taught us about the Vermont Trading Company, I think it's called, or Vermont General Store. And she told us they had the Snoopy sheets. I went and bought them. I went to Jennifer. I was like, can we get these for our bed? She was like, yeah. So we have Snoopy sheets. Like, I love a pattern stuff. I don't care. I've reached a point in my life where I'm already married, so I have nobody left to impress. Like, I'm not trying to woo anybody. So, and also, like, I just want to enjoy the things that I enjoy. And some people get there at a younger age. When I see like teenagers or like preteens, like when I meet like the children of friends or who they love what they love and they live their life not as concerned with what other people think. So the opinion of others isn't going to stop them from enjoying the things that they enjoy. I think like, oh, you are so far ahead of the game, you're probably not even aware that you are on a different level than most people your own age.
Yeah.
So I would buy stuff now, but unfortunately, a lot of those towels, especially the ones if you order them on eBay, they'd be like the size of an unfolded paper napkin.
Oh, yeah.
Well, and as good at drying you.
That's another thing about beach towels is they're not designed to dry you. They're designed to dry themselves quickly. A beach towel is thin because it's got to be out. It's like the beach towel's like, look, man, I'm a beach towel. I'm supposed to have a fun picture of a 7-Up dot on me. I'm going to sit on this chair. And for the duration of time that you are out in the water, I'm going to spend all of that time drying off while laying on this chair so that when you come back, you're not laying back down onto an already wet towel or picking up an already wet towel. And the sun is going to help dry off anyway. Why does that towel have to do all the work? Let it be thin.
I cannot in good conscience allow a towel into the finals that is letting the sun do its work. Here's what I need. And I have a towel like this. Yeah. Where it's like this really thin towel. We got a his and hers towels. And you wouldn't think from how thin the material is that it would do a very good job of drying you off. But it does an excellent job. And then it dries very quickly.
How much of that is the sun doing?
No. The sun's not like I get out of the pool, immediately it goes on to dry me off. And it does a great job right away.
Okay.
Like it way faster than sitting out in the sun, which is way better it's really only good for drying your swim shorts or swimsuit, whatever you might wear.
That might be the problem with the beach towel additionally, and aside from the fact that the sun is doing some of its work for it, that it's not versatile. You can't really use it everywhere. You're not going to use the beach towel as the bathroom towel terribly often, I imagine. But it has that one function. You know what I mean? Because of its thinness.
Yeah, but it's not the very good towel
print that's on it.
The print is fun, but it's not good enough. For me, it's not enough. The fun, I love a fun towel. I'm glad they exist in this world, but it's not a very good towel.
Yeah, that's true.
Not great, not very good. How about that?
Oh, wow.
And they would also fray and tatter. You know, the ones you had as a kid, they didn't last that long, did they?
Yeah, no, they didn't last that long.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to a break. And then when we come back, we will talk about the rest of these towels and we will decide the ultimate towel choice. We'll be right back.
Walking About is the podcast about walking. It's a walkumentary series where I, Alan McLeod, and a fun, friendly guest go for a walkabout. You'll learn about interesting people and places and have the kind of conversations you can only have on foot. We've got guests like Lauren Lapkus.
I figured something out about this map, like how to read it.
Betsy Sidaro.
I had no clue. That's awesome and nuts.
John Gabris.
This is like great first date for like broke 20-somethings, you know?
And more. Check out Walking About with Alan McLeod on Maximum Fun.
Hello, podcast recommendation service.
Hello there, young man. I'm looking for a new podcast to listen to. Something amusing, perhaps.
Oh, what about Beef and Dairy Network?
Something surreal and satirical.
Well, I would suggest Beef and Dairy Network.
Ideally, it would be a spoof industry podcast for the beef and dairy industries.
Yes, Beef and Dairy Network.
Maybe it would have brilliant guests such as Josie Long, Heather Ann Campbell, Nick Offerman, and the actor Ted Danson.
Beef and Dairy Network.
I don't know. I think I'm going to stick to Joe Rogan.
The Beef and Dairy Network podcast is a multi-award-winning comedy podcast, and you can find it at MaximumFun.org or wherever you get your podcasts.
All right, Hal. Let's talk about the bath sheet.
Yeah.
The bath sheet is great. I mean, it feels like part of this is a great towel is, if a towel is great, then we want the most of that great towel, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So we want a bath sheet.
It's taken me a while to get back to a weight where I can wrap a towel around my waist. Like if I go to the gym or something. And it feels real good to like wear it because it feels like, not that I like it particularly, but it's something that has been modeled for me in popular culture. So like, you know, when you get out of the shower, you wrap it around your waist. So you walk in through, give her, hey, good game, Toretti. You know, I like that, but I love it when it's so big. I want to be able to roll myself up in it like a taquito.
Yeah.
And hide.
Yeah. It's nice.
That's what I like about it.
Yeah, I like an extra wide one too.
Yeah.
So it doesn't come down to my knees. It comes down like to the floor. And I feel like a Roman senator. A couple of good bath size. So I used to always, as a kid, I would always use 2 towels and it drove my mother crazy. But I always wanted to use 2 towels because I would wrap one around my waist and then I would take the other one and I would throw it over my shoulder and I would walk around like I was Caesar. This was my like Roman garb.
Yeah.
So it's very theatrical. I always like, and plus, you know, if it's cold morning, you get that second towel over your shoulders. A bath sheet is not only great to wrap around you, it's great to throw over your shoulders because it's big enough to cover at least most of my torso.
Yes.
Which is nice. And down my arms. I like that. Yeah. I mean, just a humongous towel is the best towel, right?
It has to be. Like a hand towel is good. Guest towels are the worst. And I'll tell you why.
Why are guest towels the worst?
Because nobody's supposed to use them. Even guests. Doesn't it drive you? Did it ever drive you crazy when you were a kid and went to use the powder room at somebody else's house and they had like a real nice towel with like a seashell on it or something? And then next to it, they had like some paper towels or something, like the folded paper towels for you to use because don't touch the cloth that exists only to dry your freaking hands.
Yeah.
Because that sits on the special ring. Instead, use this paper. That's what you get, you swill. You can just like circle down the drain along with the dirty water of the toilet, you scumbag. That towel.
Don't you get those dirty hands on me. You're going to dry them after you wash them? Sure. Let me see. I want to see that water run clean. I want that water to run clean.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Is the Pope coming over later and needs to dry His Eminence's hands? Is that why? Is that who this is for? Who gets to use the guest towel? Even people who live there, you're not allowed to use when we have a powder room and we put a towel up there, that towel's for drying your hands.
Yeah.
And we'll clean it and put a fresh one out for people. It's not that hard.
So in the 90s, do you remember a moment in the 90s when everything was a little too plush?
Yes.
Like, so there was everything was carpeted. The stairs were carpeted. The floor was carpeted.
I mean, the 80s too.
Yeah. The bathroom mat was carpeted and the 80s as well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Fuzzy toilet lid.
See, you said the 80s and now I just totally lost my train of thought because then I thought about my grandmother's place in the 80s. Oh, now I remember because it was at a lot of my friends' houses growing up. There would be not only the fancy embroidered towel, but there would be, just to make it as thick and plush as the rest of the house, like 3 layers of towel on it. It would be one towel that was like terry cloth, but it's textured like a velvet rope. And then there's another towel over that one. You're like, well, surely I can use this towel. And you're like, nay, because that is pristine white. And atop that goes the third towel, which has the monogram on it. And then over that, no kidding, I don't remember whose house it was. Somebody I know's house as a kid had a rope across it. A rope, like a little woven, like you would tie back the curtains with. There was a little woven rope across the front of way too many towels that did nothing.
Yeah. They just exist to look like, why don't you just get a painting of the towels you like and put them up on the wall or frame them like you would, I don't know what cloth things, like a folded American flag. If you're given like the American flag on the bomber that you were served on, you can do that.
A triangle
have
in the wooden
triangle
box
frame
lid. Yeah.
With a weird, like they took Michael Jackson's jacket from 1985 and turned it into a towel that you can't touch. Much like MC Hammer, you can't touch this.
No, they made a towel out of his pants.
They did. That one actually is a bath sheet.
Yeah, of course it is. Those pants were enormous.
They were. Huge.
It was a spa bath sheet.
Yeah.
Oh man, I do love a spa bath sheet. So is it really like of the terry cloth towels? I mean, we haven't talked about the hand towel, the humble hand towel.
Yeah,
I would argue that a bunch of hand towels, or by this rationale, a bunch of washcloths, even more washcloths, might be as valuable as one bath sheet. Because you got to think about it doing other things besides just wrapping you up when you come out of the bath. Towels are used for all kinds of stuff.
They are.
And hand towel size and washcloth size are great for working on your car or any hardware work or all kinds of arts and crafts and things you do with your hands.
Mm-hmm.
So is that a consideration we're having aside from just getting to wrap up and feel all plush and warm and fuzzy?
Oh, I think those bath sheets also dry you off. You get to dry off. You have something that's going to dry you all off without getting wet. Like, you know what I mean? When you have a smaller towel, even a hand towel that you're drying and then a certain point you're like, oh, I ran out of real estate. Now I'm just sort of drying it with damp towel because I can't, I'm not going to half dry my hands and put them on the ring and say,
that quadrant.
Be like, hey, can everybody not use the bathroom for 15 minutes? I want to let the towel dry out so I can go back in and finish drying. Like and washcloths are great. Mm-hmm. It's a good exfoliating wash, a good additional piece. It's good for taking like makeup or stage makeup off. If you did that with a little cold cream back in the day, now there's like a whole system. I mean, it's been for a while, but like makeup removals, the technology around it has expanded. I don't know what I would say improved, but expanded.
Yeah.
But also like a washcloth is like it gets older and you use it to wash off the windows and mirrors and stuff. It becomes a cleaning rag. You can do that with a towel too. You just cut it into squares.
Yeah, that's true.
So just for me, I don't know that it does so much. Like they're all fine. I like a lot of tea towels kind of get on my nerves.
Really? Why
Proportions
do tea towels
feel wrong. It feels like somebody took the opening scroll to Star Wars and made a towel out of it, where it's not quite wide enough. It's wide enough that you're like, this feels like a hand towel, that it just goes on forever, and it's too much.
Well, Hal, look, in defense of the tea towel.
Yes.
They are not uniform in size. There is no size for tea towels. You just have the wrong size tea towel.
Then we have a problem.
Yeah, you got to get the right size tea towels. Let me go back to a thing because smaller towels are frequently what I see in this format, but I also see it in larger towels as well, this material. And that is, are we strictly cotton or are we going with microfiber or any other combination?
You know, bamboo actually makes a decent towel. It's a good one. I'm a little agnostic as to the material as long as it does its job.
Agnostic even between terry and microfiber?
If it does the job and is comfortable, and I think they both can be, I think you get that terry cloth gives you that like thickness you expect from a towel.
Yeah. Yeah.
A microfiber can do a very good job of drying you off, but if it feels flimsy, that might not be as enjoyable, but it's still, I think it does a fine job. I would always take terry cloth. I get so excited if you go, like when you go to a hotel and you see the towels that are there, and sometimes it's like the towels you get at the gym where it's like they used to give out at gym. Now you can't get towels at the gym anymore since 2020.
I know.
Which is fine. I'd rather bring my own. But, you know, they were thin, weak towels. I stole 1 million of them from the Y that I went to when I was younger because that was how I got towels. And I paid for the membership. Yeah, like when you show up at a hotel and you see it's folded and it's real thick, you know it's going to be large. It's going to be plush. And that is the best. Most like good spas. We keep coming back to spas with the bath sheet. That they give you the real good towels. Like a good spa gives you the good towels.
I also like at a good spa, and this is a frequent washcloth use, or sometimes I've even seen it with a hand towel where it's cold in a fridge with like eucalyptus or something on it.
Oh,
so
yeah.
It gets that. Oh, yeah. I love that towel. That might be my personal favorite towel. That is a single function towel, but it is a great single function. Let me ask you this. Does the winning towel's primary function or singular function have to be drying you off?
Yes. That is ultimately what a towel is for, because it's nice to have something like the eucalyptus cold, or if you fly first class, when you get like an upgrade and they give you the warm towels and you're not sure if you're supposed to wipe your face or your hands with it. So you kind of do both.
Yeah.
And then they take it with the tongs the same way they gave it to you, because maybe they know something you don't about you.
The winner of this, Hal. Yeah, you got on there like there's a little sensor that goes off on the door. They're like, oh, don't touch his towel. No, it's always with the tongs, Hal. That is going to be, I don't know. That's a tough one to beat for me, is any towel that has to be handed to me with tongs. That's a cooling towel. That's a warm face towel. Oh, those are good towels.
They're great, but you can also do that by splashing cold water on your face.
Could you imagine having a bath sheet that is rolled up, sprayed with eucalyptus oil and stuck in the chiller and then handed to you on a flight?
Oh, gosh. I couldn't imagine that in general, because it would touch your whole body. You don't want to be that cold. Have you ever done a Arctic plunge?
No, but I've jumped in the water
plunge?
on a dare. Yeah, I've jumped in cold water on a dare before.
Yeah, it's these ice, that's like a big thing. It has become a very big thing. At least in the last couple of years for like athletic recoveries, to get into really cold water. And I can't do it for more than, I think, like 45 seconds, maybe a minute. I can maybe do it for a minute. It's real bad. I don't want that it's good to have a little bit on your hands and face. I'll tell you what, if the topic were, what is the best towel that you're going to get cold and put an essential oil on and then touch to your skin, then it would definitely be a hand cloth.
Yeah. No, it would be baby towel. The ones with the hoods that kind of have like half masks on them. Come on. Those towels are amazing. It's like, it's a baby sized towel. It dries off a baby, but it also has a little hood where it has a beak. Now the baby is a duck.
Yeah.
Come on. Cute. Those towels are great.
Those are real cute.
Yeah.
It's the best.
Yeah. Microfiber to me is like nails on a chalkboard.
Oh,
so
really?
For me,
Why is that?
I don't know. It's something about the texture and the way the texture changes if you move in a different direction that's not the direction that the fibers go.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of that.
I hear that.
So I think it's going to be terry cloth out of here. So we've got two more. We've got the non-terry cloth towels to talk, non-terry cloth or microfiber. And that is, of course, the paper towel. How do we feel about paper towels, Hal?
I wish I didn't use them. I do.
They're too
I don't
handy.
think they're they're terrible for the environment.
Yeah.
I wish I was better at quitting them. So I can't even though I use them, I can't in good conscience endorse them.
Yeah.
That makes sense?
100%. I mean, one of our earliest episodes was paper towels or hand dryers. And when we were talking about paper towels, it's way better always to get the recycled ones. But even from almost 10 years ago, I'm still like, I use too many. I use two when I could use one. Apparently that's the other big thing, is just use one.
Yep.
But then just using one is frequently not enough.
No,
like
it's
using
never
one
enough.
toilet paper square.
You know
never
what?
Enough.
One is too many. 1,000 is never enough.
Yeah. Amen. So it's not the paper towel. Well, the judge is about to pick up that gavel and slam it down onto wait a minute.
What? Oh, shoes.
The doors at the back of the courthouse have flung open, and a pair of sensible shoes is walking down the middle aisle of the courtroom. The camera moves up the body of our potential winning towel and notices on the chest of that towel person hybrid. Look, this is falling apart. I'm saying it as it was going. They are wearing a blazer, but underneath that is a pithy remark made on said towel, which is designed to be draped over the oven handle or hung up by a clip in the kitchen. You mentioned it before. She's already made an appearance here in this particular episode. Might I present the linen as far back as ancient Roman times go, but in the late 1800s, the linen, while still predominant, was also joined by other types of materials. The humble tea towel, Hal Lublin.
Don't care for it.
What do you mean you don't care? Hold on. Hal, why did you make that face?
I don't care for a tea towel Tell me what the purpose of a tea towel is. Maybe I'm misunderstanding.
Okay. The purpose of a tea towel is it's just any towel that's in the kitchen. In the U.S., it's called a dish towel or a kitchen towel. It's just any towel that's in the kitchen. Frequently, it has a little loop on it so you can hang it up on a hook. It is what you claimed earlier was the wrong size, but proportionally, the ones that I have are mostly proportionally the same to other towels that I've got. They are proportional to other bath hand towels that I have. And plus, you bring them out for the holidays. You have some special tea towels and hand towels and kitchen towels that you only see once a year that bring back memories. You have hand towels. We have hand towels in the bottom and the back of the drawer that we don't want to use because those are the nice ones. And so every once in a while we'll pull them out and be like, oh my gosh, I forgot. This is great. It's like a scrapbook in your kitchen, and you know what a sentimental sap I am for all things memorial. No, for all things memory.
Okay. So you're trying to take the, I do love kitchen towels. I do.
Yeah.
We have a lot of them. I always get new ones. When I cook.
Do you have some with pictures of gingerbread men on them or snowmen or Santa Claus?
I don't know what holiday ones that I have. I feel like we have holiday hand towels, not holiday kitchen towels, because any kitchen towel we have is fair game at any given time. So I don't break out the special towels. We do that with blankets and pillows. We have blankets and pillows that are specific to the holidays for us.
Yeah.
But not towels.
So they get to be special all the time.
They're special all the time.
Yeah.
I still think I would rather, if I could only have one towel, I feel like I'd rather have the bath sheet, but that's not it. It's not a question of if I can only have one. I just think it's the best one. I'll tell you why. Because I associate number one with being the best at its job of anything that you touch in the bathroom in terms of drying you off, with the exception of a hairdryer.
You've got to expand farther than just drying off in the bathroom as the only thing that a towel can do. Sorry. Second thing.
Yes. Second thing is you could put any pattern you want on a bath sheet. You can put a snowman on there or a reindeer. Why is in the kitchen a special towel only for the kitchen?
You know what?
It's not.
Touche, my friend. But there is a greater number of special fun towels that go in the kitchen than go in the bathroom. I feel like the bathroom, it has to have a little bit more class. Like bathroom towels are like, hey man, we're just going to be stripes, or we're just going to be a solid color, or maybe we're going to have like a little snowflake pattern. Kitchen towels are like, we're going to do puns about baking. Like, come on, man. It's a party in the kitchen.
I desperately don't want that actually makes me want to do it. I don't want to give this to something that can have it's wine o'clock somewhere written on it. And you shouldn't be there, frankly.
Come on.
I want better for you.
Well, you enjoy your giant spa towel. I'll be over here laughing my butt off at these really fun Can I go to your spa?
Exactly. You want to go to the spa? You want to?
I want to go to the spa.
Well, go ahead and say the magic words.
People of the world.
When you want a towel, the very best towel that you can get, the choice is clear, and there are a lot of great ones. I do love a kitchen towel. We have to clarify something here, and I think it gets lost in what we do, which is this idea. Number one, I hate fun. That's very clear. I think what gets lost is by saying something is the best, it doesn't automatically make everything else the worst. Okay? Just because the bath sheet is the best towel doesn't mean a kitchen towel / tea towel is bad. It means it's very, very good.
It means I can't ever use one again.
Well, not to wash your nethers.
Well, no, I don't use it to wash my nethers. I just read the funny comments while I use a bath sheet to wash my nethers.
Get some bazooka gum.
Instead of the bath sheet, I'm not going to use bazooka gum to wash my nethers.
If you chew enough of it, you can. Well,
my nethers will get all sticky.
No, the only thing that sticks is the dirt. That's a common misconception. Aren't you glad I'm here to guide you through life?
Asked and answered.
Asked and answered.
It's the bath sheet.
It is the bath
Thank
sheet.
you, the Lady Grantham, for the question. This topic has been closed, but there are many more topics to discuss. So please reach out to us via email at wegotThisPodcast@gmail.com, or
find us on Blue Sky at We Got This Podcast, or join, please. I wish you would join our Discord. We're like 130, 140 people at this point, but there is room for more. I don't know if everybody's going to follow us over from Facebook, but I know a bunch of you can, and it's easily accessible on your phone, on your desktop, anywhere. Go to bit.ly/WGT Discord. It will take you there. Unlike every other link that we tried to create before I figured out that you have to tell it not to expire, this one will not expire. And it is a place where we can all work together to shape it, because I'm still learning how it works. I'm still setting things up. And there are a lot of people there who have more Discord experience than me that have been a huge help. So please come there and not only enjoy a nice community with all the people that you like from Facebook, but you can take an active role in shaping it for the future. And that is really exciting to me. Check that out. Thank you to producer Ken Plume, researcher Kate McManus, graphic designer Uri Kilman, and QA engineer Jen Alba.
And thanks, of course, to our musicians, Jonathan Dinerstein and Mike Furman, for our score and theme song, respectively. And thanks to you, the people of the world, with whom we would love to get the biggest bath sheet they make and all snuggle together in Hal's great big burrito that he mentioned before. Because, boy, that does sound really nice, doesn't it? Oh, it was a taquito. That's right.
Yeah. But also,
oh, cool. So we'll wrap up like a burrito and then go get fried. That sounds awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. For Hal Lublin, I'm Mark Gagliardi.
For Mark Gagliardi, I'm Hal Lublin. And don't worry, everybody. We got this.
We got this.
Maximum Fun,
a worker-owned network
of artist-owned shows
supported
directly
by you.